we've added the ability to add posts with the new post component. Now let's display each post within their own individual component underneath new post. So we'll head to the post feed, and here on component did mount we want to make a request to get our posts and use it to populate the post array that we have in state. So here in component did mount we'll execute a new function which we'll create called getPosts. We'll create this locally, so getPosts will first grab the auth data from this.props, and we'll create another function called getPostFeed where it's going to take the auth user's ID, get the posts, and then we're going to put those posts in our post array in state. So we'll head to API and we'll create getPostFeed. So it's going to take our auth user ID, and very much like the endpoint that we were using for getUserFeed, this one will simply be API/posts/feed. So we'll save that and import it into postFeed. And then once we execute this, we'll add a then where we'll get our posts and then immediately update state with it. So now if we head back and refresh our page, by default our posts would be cleared out if we weren't making this request. But if we head back to our DevTools, go to postFeed, and look at our state, we should have an array with one item, and that was the one post that we created. Now the next step is to display those posts. So we'll take the post component that we're importing, we'll head down to our markup and go down to the closing div tag, and we'll say post.map, so we'll make sure to grab our posts from state. Post.map. For each post, we're going to display the post within our post component. We'll have a key of post._id. We'll pass down the auth user data, pass down the entire post, and that's all the data that we can pass down for now. So we'll go to post, we'll uncomment all of our imports. Within render, we'll destructure from props the things that we need. So we'll need classes, post, and auth. And for the markup, we'll begin with a card component. Class name will be classes.card. Then we'll have our post header. So it'll start with a card header component. Where it'll have an avatar prop to which we'll pass our avatar with the source of post.postedby.avatar, a title prop where we'll include a link, and in the link we'll take post.postedby.name and link users to the poster's profile page. And the end of the path will be post.postedby.id. We'll have a subheader component, or a subheader prop, where we'll take post.createdAt to show when it was created, and a class name classes.cardHeader. Then after the card header, we'll have card content. And the class for it will be classes.cardContent. Within it will be a typography component. The variant will be body1. The class name classes.text, and for the text itself will be post.text. Then after the text we'll have our post image, there is one. So we'll use a conditional and say post image double and. If there's a post image, we'll add a div with the class name of classes.imageContainer. Then an image with the class name of classes.image, and the source of post.image. Then we'll have some actions, so post actions. So our card actions component first consists of a icon button, and the class name will be classes.button. We'll have a badge, which will display the number of likes. So badge content we'll just set to 0 for now. The color will be secondary, and we'll include a favorite border icon. The class name classes.favorite icon. Then another icon button. The class classes.button again. Another badge, where badge content is going to display the number of comments, which we'll set to 0 again. And we'll set the color of this to primary. We'll have a comment icon, the class name classes.comment icon. Then we'll have a divider after card actions. And then we'll have our comments area, which we'll build out in the future. So we'll save everything, and we'll navigate back to, well, first let's import our link from next/link. Navigate to our page, and we can see our one post. So we can see the image, the avatar image of the user who posted it, a link to their profile page and their name, when it was created, the text, the image associated with the post, as well as these two buttons. One will be for liking and unliking the post, and another for displaying the number of comments, which we'll have underneath. And since we're currently signed in with the user who created the post, we also want this user to have the ability to delete their post. So we'll create a button that they'll eventually be able to use to delete any posts that they've created. So within render, we'll include a variable called isPostCreator, where we'll compare the post posted by ID with the auth user ID. And if this evaluates to true, then we're going to show a delete button, and we'll display it in our card header with the help of a action prop. So we'll say isPostCreator, and then include an icon button, and within it we'll have a delete two-tone icon with the color secondary to make it red. So now we can see our trash can icon, which we'll use to delete the post that we want.